Season 3 of The Pass is here. I know it's long overdue. We have a new intro. We still got the same content. Well, actually, it's a little bit of new content because there's new things going on in 2019. So buckle up. We got a lot of things to talk about on The Pass.
See, I'm gonna be the only one doing this.
First of all, y'all not gonna argue at the beginning of my.
I'm the talent.
He think his job is to show up. And
just show up.
100% my job.
Skip Bayless over
100% my job.
Just show up
Skip
and
Bayless
talk.
does practice.
Just show up and talk.
I'm more like Dan Levitar. I just show up and start work.
That newspaper in front of him is fake. That notepad is all fake. He showed up.
I do want y'all to know I just started recording, right? I'm just gonna let y'all finish this argument.
That's it. He show up and talk. That's it.
But you hear him talking crazy talk, and it's just as if it's normal. Skip Bayless.
So I like, all right.
That's a good segue. Talking about Skip and then moving on to.
Hit the horn.
Oh, wait, hold on. What it sound like? Why it sound like a cat?
Hit the horn so we can go on to the next train.
I'm not.
Every time we change the subject, we're going to hit the Jamaica horn. And then that's it. Go to the next thing. That's the most fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, this ain't getting deleted. This is going to be exclusive content.
Overuse that.
I like how.
Or not use it.
Especially DJs. They overuse it. The horn is everywhere.
Welcome to episode 230 of The Pass. I have a special guest with friend who are prospects and doing podcasting. They've taken over a minute and a half of my show.
Pure
but they're shut up.
lunacy.
I'm gonna warn this to be made clear. Fuck out of here. Explicit content. I do not own the rights to anything that's gonna be said or done, but it is what it is.
I ain't dropping my job name on.
We didn't. No one asked. Relax. Relax.
Wait,
We
you
don't.
got street name?
Yeah.
Oh, what should? Wait, hold on. Time out.
Yes.
Okay, please. No. Yes. No.
I was gonna pay my government on this thing.
Go. All right. Go ahead. All right. Well, as y'all know, I'm going by government. This is your host BT, aka Brian. I have a special guest. I don't know what street name we going by today since you like returned from the book, but who it is? Who?
Silky the Inchworm. Ready to perform.
I swear I thought you was a pep called Slip Back.
It's a different thing.
Excuse. No. Wait.
Silky the Inchworm.
No, hold on. I'm turning the computer off. You said what's your name again? Wait.
Silky
That was
the
a name
Inchworm.
that he shut you down just now. That was dope. That was dope.
Okay, all right. I'll load you back up. I'll load you back up. Okay, that was concerning. Okay.
Pick DJ Cuz and Silky the Inchworm.
There you go.
But for our podcast, the Coon Connection.
We
I
decided.
think this might officially be my last show.
We decided on no on that one. We decided
No one.
In the background laughing.
Yeah, barely saying nurse in the background, cooking and whipping it. And Mia is on Molly Percocet somewhere. And are you going by a nickname person?
No, he just said he got the names right.
Okay.
The
Okay,
name
DJ
of-
Cuz.
The name of our show is not going to be Coon whatever he said.
Whoop. I don't want to hear it again. Nope. We're going to go back to the topics on hand because that part of the show might get me kicked off. Spreaker was nice knowing y'all. So anyway, we're going to go into our topics. I have shared these topics with, I don't know how to cut.
Silky the Inchworm.
No, I'm just going to call you Inchworm. That's too long.
Don't just call me
That's a horrible
Inchworm.
nickname.
You sound like what you? Oh, so you try
Tell me
to?
the
I'm
word
sorry.
that-
Excuse me. So you want it to be like a Tribe Called Quest?
Yes, you gotta be the whole thing. You gotta say the whole name.
You gotta say
Just
that.
like a pimp named Slip Back.
Well, part of your
That
name.
would be the coolest thing about that song.
So part of your name is still in customs, but we gonna continue with this conversation.
Just call me Silky.
Okay, Silky. That's even more nastier, but we could just let it be great.
How have you not been kicked off yet?
How have I not been kicked off?
This is gonna be all of our last episode.
You sure?
Tell your listeners nothing about him until we hit for the ones that.
I have seen him hit a jumper on 2K.
First of all, what y'all not about to do?
Well, 2K nice.
What y'all not about to do is trying to clown my basketball skills.
That's about okay. Got it. All right, we're gonna let you. We'll go along with it. So anyway, first topic on hand because it was a story that just broke. Silky will return with us sooner than later.
You had that smooth ass music playing in the background. I apologize.
No, you. Oh, you left for a second. Did you have a moment?
You saw all this happening at one time.
That's a podcast. So, like I said, they're doing an up and coming show. Don't ever say that title that you just said earlier. But anyway, the first topic on hand is a big story that broke that happened literally a couple of hours ago, and I almost said I wasn't looking to have like a major content-based show, but this story hit. Long story short, Kristaps Porzingis is no longer with the Knicks. They've agreed to a trade with the Dallas Mavericks. There are a couple of names in here that I'm really going to just be confused as to how or why they got traded, but a lot of it has to do with contracts. Dallas basically let go of Dennis Smith Jr., Wesley Matthews, and DeAndre Jordan. On the Knicks end, they gave up Trey Burke, Courtney Lee, and Tim Hardaway. They looked at Courtney Lee and Tim Hardaway Jr. Excuse me, let me make sure I get Jr. because I don't want to bring Tim Hardaway back. But Tim Hardaway Jr. and Courtney Lee were released based on what the NBA or what the league will always define as salary dumps, and it's kind of a new thing, or it's somewhat of a new transition of where I don't even want to say where the Knicks are going because we always know what the Knicks plan to do. So
going to the dumpster.
They've always
going straight to the dumpster for 44 years. Get a great person for 3 years and then shit their butts out and then have a trans.
You can say ass. You was about to not say.
I'm trying to be professional now.
Oh no! Don't try to be professional. Wait! Whoa! Hold on.
That's why I said now.
That's the silky comment.
Oh, you trying to? Oh, you trying to be? You trying to be smooth with it?
Listen, I'm trying to focus. Listen. So the Knicks don't make any sense. This
Okay.
is the best player that the Knicks has had in a good 12 years.
You was about to. Wait, you was trying to think. You was trying to go into. You was trying to go.
Back to Larry Johnson.
Jeez.
Like,
What about
that
Carmelo?
squad. Listen.
Carmelo.
was at his height in Denver. Carmelo
That
dropped
first
off.
2 years that he got
They never went to the playoffs.
they did.
I feel like you need a headset because you want to join in like you're not part of
Oh,
it.
I didn't know I needed a headset to join.
Oh no! You can go ahead and talk. I mean,
I just
you
want to
got.
hear myself. That's it.
Okay, well.
God knows he wants to do
good with
that.
that.
All right, we're back. All right, well, you. Look, he's our walk. He's our walk around audio visual. All right, my bad.
He thinks he's gonna take my headphones, but no, I like to hear myself as well. So.
I don't want
Yeah, Silky needs to hear himself.
Let's focus
You got it.
on this trade.
I bet. Continue on the
He
trade.
did go, what the black guy, I forgot his name, the coach. They did go to the playoffs. One of those 2 years.
Yeah, 1 year. But listen to the point.
In his
Listen to the point.
prime. And come on
I
his
know.
prime.
But it wasn't his prime. His prime was in Denver.
Oh, you talking about the one that the coach that was with
Yes.
Atlanta a while
He got
back?
fired. They got him out of there, but they went to the
Woodson.
playoffs.
Wasn't it Mike Woodson?
Yes.
Yeah, Mike Woodson.
So he was at his apex with Denver.
Ooh, words with friends. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Apex.
So listen.
He trying to be.
Listen.
Drop
Y'all-
the blue bomb.
I'm trying to drop some knowledge on y'all from the streets.
Nah, that was strong.
From the
Continue.
streets.
From
The streets.
Okay.
So it makes no sense that the best prospect they've had, that they drafted themselves, and God knows how long they just ship off to Denver. But basically, people that they just going to release at the end of this year.
The only difference that I think this time them dumping the rest of their players
Mm-hmm.
is that they kind of got the blueprint from Philadelphia now. As far as
Whoa,
Then
no,
what that
don't,
mean-
don't,
that
no,
would've
please
meant they
don't.
would've kept-
Whoa, excuse me. Hold on. Let me be. I'm taking my show back.
I'm
Y'all
saying that-
do not bring that process shit on this
No,
podcast.
it's not about the process, but how many times can you fuck up? Like you said, with
Yeah,
4
for the
years.
Knicks since 1957.
But they got a shot now. It does
To
feel.
do what?
Wait, the last hold on.
It does feel like-
The last shot they had was when Phil Jackson was playing for the Knicks and won a championship.
They got a different coach. That's fucked up.
Hold on.
They got a different
Wait, how's that fucked up? Where's the lie?
I'm so confused about you thinking that giving away a great piece.
Oh,
is,
I said it does. It does feel reminiscent of the last time.
Okay,
when Courtney Lee came on, and even further back than that, when J.R. Smith and that crew came in,
Okay.
it does feel like the same. They're going in the same direction. The only difference is now they got a different coach. They're supposed to be doing different stuff now. They dumped Porzingis and other two players for cap space so they can have money. DeAndre Jordan is coming over with an expired contract.
Yeah, they're going to try to get rid of him.
They're going to have cap room, and on top of that, they might get the pick.
And also Dennis Smith.
Zion coming.
And you still have Dennis Smith in a rookie contract.
But if your history is nothing but fuck ups, you're only
so was Philly.
Hold on a second.
So was Philly. They got the manager who did it all.
All right, time. Whoa. Hello. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a podcast 101 for my show.
Okay.
I don't mind y'all talking, but if y'all both missing each other with points, y'all gonna be flying by each other, and we'll be on this topic for like 50 minutes.
And that's usually how it works.
So we probably need a moderator.
Or a buzzer.
So I'm moderating my. No, because if y'all you'll never so you want to do it around the horn?
A horn.
So no, we should matter of fact, I wish I could find like something that could be like on some since you silky, because that's what your sound effect would be.
I gotta change my whole name.
No, make another name so I got plenty ready. But okay, so. You were saying that the Knicks have had, because I need to make sure like y'all threw a whole.
Okay.
So the Knicks have had multiple fuck ups. This is the chance of trying to change shit around, but they really not changing shit around. And these are just for the benefit of trying to see what might happen next year.
Yeah, just the idea that their leadership from the top, from GM to owner, has never been stable.
Okay.
It's never been forward thinking whatsoever. When Philly started getting better because Sam Hinkie was thinking outside of the box and he was coming from a whole different view. The Knicks have never even hired someone who thought differently. So basically, they're going to start from the bottom, have all this cap space, all these picks, and it's not going to mean anything because the people at the top are not changing the views of the way they're doing things.
To simplify more to you, I hear what you're saying. All I'm saying is they've been fucking up before on accident. Now they're doing it on purpose.
But they've been doing it on purpose for like the past couple of decades.
They've been doing it on accident. They've been doing it with no meaning, with no purpose.
Okay.
And now I feel like they do have a purpose, and it's to get this kid
Zion
and hopefully KD.
So
and the guy from Boston, stealing from my squad.
Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie. I ain't mad at it right now.
So do you think? All right, because I think they brought this up on shows before, and I feel like we're gonna go ahead and go into this a little bit. Do you think Zion is gonna be beneficial for the winning, or is he gonna be for the benefit of filling the stands?
Both, more for filling the stands.
Okay, go ahead, because look, why you mad? Wait, why your face balled up in the?
First of all, I'm sorry, but I was looking at the cat and I thought he was eating the extension cord.
She's not. You good?
I was like, oh my gosh, she's about to electrocute.
Nah, she's good.
I was worried about her.
She's good. Trust me, she's fine.
The Knicks are not going to get Zion.
Okay.
The Knicks got one number one draft pick, Patrick Ewing, in 1984. Like they are not lucky. Their whole New York as a state ain't lucky. So they're not going to get Zion. But whoever will get Zion is going to get it for pure production. That dude is a mini LeBron James.
Just speaking of LeBron, just in basketball, I can name two other organizations they said the same thing about until they started winning. Cleveland, before they got a championship. Listen, the team ain't won in 50 years. You can say the same thing about that squad. And also in Philly. You can say the same thing about those two organizations until they started winning.
No,
for however reason, taking to get Kyrie and LeBron, or taking to get the process done, or whatever. You got to start somewhere.
That's okay.
You got to start somewhere.
May I respond?
Yeah, I mean, it helps when y'all talk over each other. I'm just gonna be aggressive, but go ahead.
I understand.
Because that was just go ahead, continue.
We definitely need
the answer, the definitions that you're using,
definitely need to carry a champion.
The 1 in a million chances of a team getting LeBron James. You bringing up Cleveland. Cleveland with LeBron James is over 600. Cleveland without LeBron James is 0. So thinking that Zion is LeBron James is putting way too much pressure on one person. When we consider there's only been one LeBron James since we all have been on this earth.
I've never compared the two because.
But you saying
talking about the organization.
So I'm gonna kind of help out. It's not that he's. I think this is where the media does it wrong, and I've been guilty of calling them the talking heads. This is where podcasts get it wrong. This is just a general thought that is kind of overshadowed. There's no we'll go back to the 70s. There's not another Magic coming. There's not another Jordan coming. There's not another Kobe coming. There's not another LeBron coming. You build your own platform. You build your own career. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to stop over and forget something else you were about to say. With the idea that there won't be another Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan or LeBron James, this is the difference between all of them and LeBron James. LeBron James is the only one that turned a whole franchise around literally by himself. When Michael Jordan was on the Bulls, he didn't turn that franchise around until Phil Jackson came in.
Scottie Pippen.
Came.
Right.
Magic Johnson came to the Lakers. They already had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
They would have showed. Yeah, they were Showtime.
Other people. So LeBron James is a unicorn in the sense that he can turn the whole franchise around literally by himself. The Knicks need someone.
You don't think nobody else could have did it?
Think of everyone who's ever played.
One.
Think about every single person who has ever played in the NBA, and just think about them coming in and changing their whole.
I got one in my
franchise
head right
around.
now. I heard what you said.
Who?
Kobe.
No.
Okay.
No.
Totally
No.
incorrect. Because the first one
No.
Kobe was
No. Wait.
Why he couldn't?
because he did.
Time out.
Tell me why he couldn't.
Who was on that team?
No. He asked if could he come in? Meaning he go to another team.
So let's go back to
and
when
change the whole.
So let's go back to when he got.
Why he couldn't?
So let's go back to when he got drafted. Take LA out of the picture because remember he got traded. Do you honestly believe he could have changed Charlotte?
Charlotte is.
Nope. No, it ain't no different. It's not no.
It was an expansion team.
That wasn't an expansion team. That was who he got drafted by. Don't make the point and then skip it.
Yeah.
You think he could have?
Growing into what he has become. I mean, he's an LA homer, but growing into what he had become.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
People would have came to Charlotte.
So let's break this story because we'll be on. Like I said, we'll be on this story for an eternity. All right, first of all, let's do the obvious because it's always a redundant question. Who won out of this trade? Who lost in this trade? How does this help both teams? Silky, go first.
The Mavericks obviously won this trade by like a million gajillion.
Okay.
And I mean, the Knicks is just the Knicks.
Okay. That was kind of.
It's the saddest thing in the world.
You feel upset about
Being
it.
a Knicks fan.
Oh no, why are you upset? Like you should know how the script works. It's not like a new thing, but okay.
That's why it's like you being in an abusive relationship and you thinking that this person's gonna change because it does it a little bit different, but then there they go.
Got
It's
it.
like being a Cowboy fan. It's the worst thing in the world.
To be honest, I think New York people are just looking at it differently. First off, you don't know what's going on with Porzingis. He's not playing. And can you argue that those three players that came from Dallas, Wesley, DeAndre,
And Dennis Smith.
Knicks was supposed to have been got Dennis Smith 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is kind of their way of making up for not getting them the first time. Right.
It's not like they're getting garbage players. Teams that could potentially take them out, players that could take them out of the lottery pick. They're that good that could change that team, to at least a 500. It's too late in the season, but at least a 500 team. And you may see Porzingis and Doncic get down. Maybe. If they get another third piece, maybe. I think New York came off on top, man.
It's a much higher chance that Dallas is going to end up being great than it is.
We've seen
the
flashes of
Knicks being
Porzingis.
average.
We all talking about the potential of Porzingis, not what he is like right now. He's all right. He's nice.
So from a
He was
transparent,
hurt.
And he still is.
so from a transparent perspective, I think both teams are kind of on the. I guess you can call it. It's kind of a level playing field from both divisions because in the Eastern Conference, in the post LeBron era, we're in the what team might decide to show up because as I've talked about on this show numerous times, Toronto is a 82 game team. Boston is how Kyrie looks is how Boston looks. So if you look at those teams alone, those are the first two teams I can think of on the East. On the West, it's mainly Golden State, Houston. They're making their rise. OKC, of course, because people don't want to be nasty and not forget LeBron when he decides, whenever he comes back from injury. and it's the rest of the West. The Mavericks are in that conversation, but it's not as strong of a, even with him coming over, because we need to see how he comes off of his, from recovering from rehab and all that stuff.
It just gutted the team, though.
Right.
It could be said that DeAndre was the heart of the defense.
Okay.
Dennis Smith was scoring. Or, you know what I mean?
But both teams kind of, it's kind of an even hit one way or the other, because if you look at it, the Knicks have always made it clear they've never had a plan of what they're trying to plan for. It's not the process, it's not the future. It's just they just draft and do stuff, and then we joke about it all the time, and I've made jokes about this numerous times, and this will go into the next subject. They're still paying Allen Houston, so we're just gonna go into the next. Everybody and anyone who watches or knows basketball knows about the Allen Houston joke, because it's almost like Allen Houston, Larry Johnson, like they haven't played for the team in like almost 20 years, but they still talk about those contracts. They're still paying Latrell Sprewell.
I can believe.
You know what I'm saying? Like because the Knicks have always done stupid contracts has been what's affected them the most. The Mavericks kind of are in a, hey, right now, this year, all we care about, we're doing whatever we're going to do. We just trying to see Dirk get the fuck out of here, do whatever he's doing, give him like a nice, grand old ceremony in different stadiums like they're doing with D Wade. They kind of did it with Kobe a couple years ago.
That's sad.
Things like that. But it's the league. This is the new era. Sticking with basketball, and I know this is kind of gonna be a rumor mill, so we'll try to keep this one fun, but I feel like it's gonna be chaotic, so I hope y'all don't go too much. Y'all can go ahead and get your weapons out, because I know y'all gonna start popping shots in a second. Anthony Davis wants out of. He's still looking at me and trying to figure out what she about to do. He don't know.
You can't look like an owl, man. You got me fucked up right now.
No, you got the cat fucked up, because you in her space.
Just staring at me.
You be all right.
Right.
If she attacks you, it's just because you're in that spot. That's all. But it's irrelevant. Yeah, she really won't attack. She barely attacks a fly.
I can pick her up right now. She just yell at me.
Yeah, and then say feed me. But anyway, where do y'all feel like, okay, Anthony Davis, possible trade? He wants out of New Orleans. The story is kind of what the story is, but in hindsight, do you feel like a team can really put a package deal in place to get him to join their team? Because we've already seen the rumor about the Lakers, and everyone looks at the Lakers as kind of like a yeah, but not really, because there's too many things they got to give away. Y'all both got y'all guns like quiet on this one. I'm concerned.
No, because I'm trying to wait. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, you're right. No,
I want to address the question. So, what was the question?
Where do you think Anthony Davis? Like, he wants out of New Orleans. One, will he get traded by trade deadline? If he does, where does he go? If you were to take kind of a blind stab in the dark.
I think the trade.
Look at this fool.
Trade by deadline.
Tim is so. Yo, you a trash.
Everybody about to come attack me. I was scared as hell.
I think trade.
I'm sorry.
Trade by deadline is highly unlikely because we just don't know what AD to.
And there's no reason.
How healthy
Uneven both.
Yeah. Everybody has a better option of getting more or getting him for less if they hold tight. So I don't think that he's going to get traded by the deadline, but I don't know. It depends where he's going to go. Like, I honestly think they should take away all those teams out of the league. The teams that basically breed players for other teams. Just take them out of the league. I don't know how you're going to do all this. What's the repercussions?
Wait, hold on. Tell me more. I want to hear this.
Yes.
Because this sound like soccer all over again.
32 teams, right?
Okay.
Let's say we cut that in half.
All right, they all go to the G League. Okay.
Who? Yeah, the Bones, Tristan Thompson, and the rest of them. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you why it's funny. Because you know that's what they do in soccer, right?
Or taking away all of.
So a lot of teams. So what happens is teams that are like, you have X number of teams in the league. Don't mind Chanel with the bag in the background.
I'm cooking.
You can edit too.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit all that. Why you come closer to secure the bag? Listen, wait, where's my pillow? It ain't stopped you before. So in the Premier League, what they'll do is, let's say you have 18 teams. The 3 worst teams in the Premier League get demoted to the whatever their lower league is. The 3 teams from that league that had the best record get promoted to the Premier League. Now I know the G League. Now, granted, let's be honest, the G League and the NBA could never do that. But the way you're saying it,
it's a dope idea, and only difference I have with that, I wouldn't fault the star players or the good or great players because of the team not being successful. I want to take the players from those garbage teams and sprinkle them around. Because you think about it, I heard somebody say it on the TV the other day. We're just breeding these players. Anthony Davidson gave that team at least 7 years of his life. And we always speculate about what AD could do if he had help, if Drew Holiday was a little better, or the pieces or the culture. But here's an opportunity for him to go, and everybody's upset. Like, let him go. But we probably already passed his prime, to be honest. Come on, man. Think about it.
No, I'm not. Nope. I got it, but I'm listening.
The same thing with KD. The same thing with KD. You think KD is really in his prime right now, or was he before? Like right before when he was going up against Golden State, and it was just him and Russell. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Silky seemed concerned.
You are incorrect in damn near every statement you just said. So
how long do you think these guys gonna play or not?
No, you gotta
not be here.
If he's been there for 7 years, and you saying that he's in his prime right now in year 7, LeBron James is in year 18.
Everybody
so you saying that
AD is
true?
AD is brittle.
But you saying that he don't have at least a good 7 more years to go?
AD is brittle, dude.
I'm not. But if he played with a team that wouldn't rely on him so heavily, then he wouldn't be as hurt as he is.
It ain't that.
It is 100%.
It could be just his body, dude.
He's not Embiid.
So I'm gonna give some numbers because I think I see where you're going, but I'm about to be a little petty. Since Anthony Davis has been with the Pelicans, even with the Hornets transition, all the other bull, his stats and his numbers have increased each year. If you're expecting a decline at this point, the only thing that can cause a decline is what pieces you have around him or where he goes. So I want to answer.
What about him though?
With him as a player,
him not being on the court.
There are a lot of you just said players not on the court. We're gonna go ahead and let's get the pettiness out of the way. Chris Paul's not on the court. LeBron's not on the court. Kristaps is not on the court right now. Anthony Davis. You have a lot of players right now. If we were to make a who's injured right now in the NBA, we could make an all-star team.
But when you speak about players that transcend the players that's right now, it's easy. Anthony Davis, top 5 player in the NBA. Easy. It'd be just being an asshole to say that there's 5 players better than Anthony Davis. All right? So
that's a different question.
Hold on. No. Okay. This is my whole point boiling down to the fact that you're saying he's 7 years in. They bred him to go somewhere else, right? So you have this player that is obviously steps above 95% of the players.
Played his rookie contract out. He's in the midst of his max contract that he just got.
He gave them 7 basically free years to get their shit right. To get him extra players so he won't be having a ball all year, and he won't be running the minutes that he's running, not making the playoffs for almost every year that he's been in the league. And they didn't give him anything until last year when they gave him Boogie Cousins. What did they do? They went to the second round of the playoffs. Alright? So they finally give him a piece.
And guess who?
But that's not the point.
Hold on a second. And they did it without Boogie because
Boogie was hurt. Okay. Yes, but listen to my point. In order for them to even get to the playoffs, he needed another superstar that's at least within his level. You know what I mean? So
I don't know if that's valid because Boogie. How many games did Boogie play this season?
Boogie
It
played
wasn't
almost-
even-
He
It might have
traded
been-
in the middle of the season and played how many games?
He might have played
But
20 or 30 games.
20,
But
right.
even- but
He didn't-
listen-
You didn't really get to see.
He
You
didn't-
never got to.
No.
Correct. Them
you,
ball
but
together.
You did, because if you look at them, listen to what I'm saying. If you look at the numbers,
watched
if you listen, then if you reread the numbers that you
They
saw,
were both great. I
they
didn't
were
say,
both great.
Right,
But in that 30
Boogie wasn't the
games,
cause to get them as far as they
Listen to the point. Go ahead.
the 30 games that they had propelled them to be able to be the 7th seed in the league in the West. When considering before Boogie got there, all the years before, they never got to the playoffs. Never. He gets to the playoffs. He's by himself. He kills the first round. Gets to the second round. Anthony Davis, not Boogie Cousins.
It was.
Yes, he went to the second
It was
round.
Rondo. I watched those games.
Okay, dude.
Watch those
look
games.
At, even if you say the stats are not right, even if you say it's just numbers, you cannot tell me that Rajon Rondo was better on a team that had Anthony Davis. But regardless, when the New Orleans Pelicans had a chance to re-sign Boogie Cousins and re-sign Rajon Rondo since he was so great and re-sign this person, they didn't do any of that. That's why Rajon is on the Lakers. That's why Boogie Cousins is on the Warriors. So he's given that team 7 years of everything that he had. He has the right to go wherever he wants. Now, instead of having bad teams breed good players for them just to trade, the draft should just be open draft. Whoever has the most money, whoever the player wants to go to, then that's where you go to. And then, just like in college, the best teams are always going to be fighting for a championship. He's going to get traded at the end of the year. He's not going to get traded before the trade deadline, because it's too close. So he's going to get traded at the end of the year. He's going to go to the Lakers. It's going to be LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Kyrie Irving's going to be sent home. That's what's going to happen.
Kyrie's
Can they-
going back to play with LeBron?
All right, so I gotta counter to that.
Okay.
How much do you think they have the cap space to do that?
That was more crazy than
The
what I
Lakers are
said.
going to give literally everything that anybody wants.
Oh my
besides
God!
LeBron
They got to
James.
give up Magic Johnson.
They would give.
gotta give up
They would
Magic
give
Johnson
up
for that.
4 of those trophies they won in.
So do they take Shaq's jersey down from the retirement bench?
They would set it on fire in order to get Anthony. What would you do to get Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and LeBron James?
crazy.
3 of the top 10 players in the league.
So
That's crazy.
so that then leads me to my next question with the West. Does that mean that Golden State will attempt to go for one more go?
No, because Kevin Durant is not going to re-sign up with Golden State.
Clay's
Klay
gone.
Thompson and Draymond Green, one of them is going to re-sign. Probably Klay Thompson. Draymond Green is going to go, and that's going to be it for the Warriors championship. This is going to be their last championship.
Okay.
They don't listen. Even if they all took a pay cut, it's only going to be for so long. You're going to be second to man up.
What? But you just said LA gonna have AD.
But they're gonna be
Kyrie
signed. They're gonna be signed to contract,
LeBron.
and they're gonna
Yeah, LeBron.
literally have nobody else. It's gonna be them 3, us 3, and maybe 2 dudes that we find in front of Staples Center. And nigga, we winning a championship, and we sweeping 4-4-4 all the way to the championship.
This is what's wrong with. This is what's wrong with
Dude,
the average.
when Golden State 2 years ago, when Golden State got Kevin Durant, right? They had Kevin Durant and they had the other 3 great players. And then everybody and their mama wanted to play for them. I would give you $37. I would pay you to let me play for the Warriors. That's what they were getting. That's why Boogie Cousins is sitting right there on a veteran minimum of $12 and some Reese's Pieces to play for Golden State.
And a pack of Newports.
Like, it's for literally nothing. So if you thinking that a team that has LeBron James, super selfish, then you got Kyrie Irving, great point guard, and then Anthony Davis, that regular old
stretch
team
big.
just won't just be like, whatever, I take $1 million for a year to ride out. They can use those 3 and any other 7 players, and I'm
So
telling
you
what.
playing 2K right now and not living in the real world. Name those players that's hurt right now.
The starting lineup: Chris
Well, what is
Paul,
that?
Chris Paul,
Wait,
LeBron.
and you got 2 two of the three players, all three of them are hurt right now.
Right.
That's what he was talking about.
And Davis. Yeah.
And you're saying that this in your world that this is gonna happen. Like,
But dude, injuries happen every time, everywhere.
you talking about them not getting nobody. You're
No, I'm not. They're gonna get somebody.
You're excluding those group players on Golden State that mean something. That why Draymond is not gonna leave.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right,
Let's go to the next one.
No, we got no. We'll roll with this one because y'all. This is a heavy piece because I guess I need to give my input because I was like, a lot of times I guess because I'm always having guests on, I'm used to like, all right, let me just sit back because I like to hear the dialogue because y'all can go at it the whole
First
time.
off, Kyrie going back to play with LeBron.
Hold on a second.
Come
Let him talk. We disrespecting this man podcast. Let him talk.
Oh no, I thought you was like,
No,
y'all.
thought you were saying
All right,
that.
put your. No, I'm sorry. Put your guns away. There you go. Put them down.
In the holster, fellas.
In the holster. Because y'all would empty the shell. Y'all would empty shells, and I got to clean all this up. So, couple things. Do I think he'll get traded before the trade deadline? I'm gonna be the asshole because I got to do it for the show. I think it's possible. It's a matter of how, as we just did the article earlier, it's a matter of how quick a team can pull a trigger to put the pieces in place.
That's the question I was gonna ask you. Are those other teams out there that's gonna be like the Knicks? We just spoke about the Knicks and how dysfunctional they are.
It's a matter of
pull off a trade that quick. You think
it's the NBA. They've done it.
Twice. So this will be back to back.
We've seen it before. We've seen it the year when when Carmelo, you just made that point before when Carmelo got traded. I think it was another big trade that year. It's a matter of how willing, because the factor is whenever trades, and this is why I think I'm for, but I'm against Bleacher Report, and I'm being transparent because I support. That's how I get most of my stories. I'm not gonna lie, but the problem I have is, a story will come to light that we didn't know about. Oh, the Cavs, I'm using this as a horrible example, but make a point. The Cavs had an offer on the table for Anthony Davis, but the Cavs didn't agree because they didn't want to give up Colin Sexton. And we're like, I don't want to know that. But it's showing you that offers, we're not going to see it publicly because for ruling purposes, and I didn't put this as an article, but the Anthony Davis even got fined. Yeah, he got fined because of that. And that was something important to look at too, because he, I had to think about it and I was like, why did they fine him? And I was like, wait, in the NBA, unless it's off season, you can talk. But during the season, you can't make that I'm demanding a trade announcement. Even with him being under the LeBron James, Rich Paul, if I'm thinking of the right ages joint, under that umbrella. So could a trade get pulled off? It's possible. Will a trade get pulled off? I honestly don't know. And I'm only saying I don't know only because teams are very touch and go right now. If you really look at the NBA, like I talked about teams earlier, as far as who's going where, how teams have sized up rank-wise. I talked about this on the show a couple weeks ago. It's literally 10 games can make or break a team. New Orleans right now, let's face it, New Orleans needs Davis. But if Davis leaves, what are you going to get back that's either going to prepare you for riding this season on at least a 9 or 10 ranked position, or what's preparing you for, look, we just washing this year out. Let's go ahead and prepare for the draft. And that's what I'm looking at as a fan, as a general sports fan. The LA talk came up. Be blunt. You're not giving up 5 players for one person. Some non-sports fans let me rephrase that. Some aggressive non-views of randomness. Because
I call them casual fans.
No, you're looking at it as you just gonna make a decision to say I got to do what I got to do to win, and I'm okay with that. But 5 players.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna defend myself.
Go ahead, 5 players. I want to hear this.
Defend myself.
Go ahead.
First of all,
you started.
Anthony Davis has 1.5 years on his contract.
Right.
He's not going to get traded this year because he's going to have to agree to sign with whatever team trades him. He's not going to agree to sign with trash teams. It's probably 2 to 3 teams, and the Lakers is one of them because His agent is LeBron James' agent, and they're friends. Yes, sir.
Boston.
He's not going to go to Boston.
I mean, he said it could happen.
Hold on a second. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
But then that comes back to the point I made earlier. What pieces can Boston give away, or what picks can? Because if it comes down to Boston, it's going to be picks, and Boston has already had to fight picks. Because if we look at it a couple years ago, that's how the Jason Tatum, Markelle Fultz situation happened.
It's not going to be Boston.
Okay.
Because the stars that are dropping out of Boston, Kyrie Irving hasn't even been there, and already he wants to be out of there. Already. Gordon Hayward, they just paid that man all that money, and he is not doing anything.
He doesn't fit rotation.
Neither
does Kyrie Irving. They were in the playoffs without Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward.
Let's give him a shot.
Brad Stevens is a different type of coach.
Much different.
He's not a superstar coach.
That's why I'm okay with Kyrie leaving. Give him a shot, though.
Listen, but Anthony Davis is not going to go to that team because Anthony Davis wants to go play with LeBron James.
He wants to his goal, from my understanding, is he wants to win a title.
And in order to win, you're not going to win a title. You'll go to the playoffs. You'll go to the championship in the East if you go sign with Boston.
Go to the finals.
But that's if Kyrie Irving stays. If Kyrie Irving doesn't stay, Anthony Davis is not going to come. But my point of saying that they're going to trade everybody, because it seems like it's already in the works. They got already expiring contracts, and JaVale McGee and Lance Stevenson, they got expiring contracts. They got young, good players that the Pelicans can use and say to their fans. Listen to me.
All right.
Hold on a second. Listen. They may not want them thinking, oh, we got Anthony Davis. But they have to think now, we don't have Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis is not going to re-sign with the Pelicans.
Yeah, because the re-sign factor is important. Because whatever team you go to, that's always going to be an important thing. That was why Kawhi went through what he went through.
So,
but continue, my bad.
With the Lakers, with the Lakers, they have 3 really good young players, 1 to 2 year players. And the Pelicans can say, okay, well, we get these 3, we get a pick, and then at least we grow with 3 players that could be just as good as Anthony Davis. Or, I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying, think about what they're thinking when it's time to trade this dude who does not want to be on their team. They have to get something.
All right, I'm going to close that story. I just got a notification. I guess the other part of it will come up soon. We have our reserves for the All-Star game for the East. They are not. This is one of the few times I'll do shows like this, because normally I don't improv stuff. I just kind of blind throw it. But the East All-Star reserves are Ben Simmons, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Nikola Vucevic, Blake Griffin, Kyle Lowry, and Oladipo, who will likely be replaced by another player. Thoughts?
West top heavy.
Wait.
That's the
those are reserves. Now keep in mind. Good job. So keep in mind that with the players being picked, this doesn't mean that they're going to be playing East or West. So they're doing it because they're doing the draft.
True that.
I'm sorry, I was looking for the teams. Can you repeat the names again?
Ben Simmons, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton from the Bucks, Nikola Vucevic from Orlando, because he's actually had a pretty good year. You just don't hear about it because Orlando's trash. Yeah. Blake Griffin actually looks good since he left the Clippers. Kyle Lowry, which is expected because him and Kawhi are one of the underrated backcourts in the NBA.
I just don't like that guy. I'm sorry.
I mean, a lot of people aren't a big fan. I'm not. I mean, he's going back to what I
don't know him.
Going back to what I said before, he's an 82 game player. When the playoffs comes, he disappears. And Golden State's the opposite. Golden State is, we could care less about regular season. Just guide me to the playoffs. Where's the championship? So Kyle Lowry and Victor Oladipo, I'm not sure who they're going to get to replace him, but that's your East. I don't think, did they mention the West? I hope they got the West.
It sounds like from that picking that they were going to run out of players, period, by the time they finish that list. If any one of those reserves get hurt, you or I may have to go out there as a reserve.
I'm here for it. So yeah, those probably in the middle of the show. We'll probably end up getting the West lineup too, but I'll at least get those.
Reiterate how to pick though, because
so what happened is you have you have Giannis and LeBron both as captains. And they're doing it live this year. So they're going to be on TV. They're going to select players out of, they have to select one back and forth as far as starters till all the starters are depleted. Then they're going to go to the reserves and select players from East and West until those players are.
So who's picking?
So we got the West. Go ahead.
Reserves. Who's picking the reserves?
They're picking the captains. Thank you.
Captains.
No. The list that you just got.
Those were selected by the who was it? The coaches?
Yeah.
Oh,
No. The
fans and
No, the fans are done by starters.
fans do starters.
Coaches do reserves.
No, the captains do reserves, and then the coaches do the last group of people.
That's the reserve.
So what is the captains picking?
The captain.
Stars.
So okay.
No,
All right. Wait. All right. Time out. Okay. So you have your players
Oh,
at
they're
every
picking a team. I'm sorry.
right.
Yeah.
So what happens is you start off when you initially select everybody. I feel like this is only gonna be a sports podcast. I don't even know if I want to talk about tech. So you have everybody can pick whoever they want to get into the All-Star game. You pick players. Whoever had the most votes from the East and whoever had the most votes from the West, those are your captains. LeBron was the top vote getter for the West.
Giannis.
And Giannis was top vote getter for the East. Out of those picks for the East, your top three forwards, your top two guards are your starters. Your top three forwards and your top two guards are your starters for the West. That was how we got that lineup last week. The reserves are selected based on the coaches coming together and saying these are who we feel should be the reserves.
Oh,
and the West, and they're going to be doing they're basically going to be doing like a street ball pickup where it's like, all right, y'all all out there. I pick LeBron will say I select Durant, and then Giannis could say I'll pick that whoever the starters are for the team.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they just got the reserves list. Let me hurry him do this because I want to get through tech. Reserves list, you have Anthony Davis, which we just spent an eternity talking about. Russell Westbrook, great choice. Karl Anthony Towns, LaMarcus Aldridge, I can go with that. Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson, and Nikola Jokic. Isn't a bad lineup.
I think that lineup will trump the last lineup.
It is.
Easy.
But again, they're not playing together.
Right.
Keep that in mind. So it's a matter of how they get drafted for the sake of the
So this is pointless then.
Yes, basically.
basically. They removed
If they do it East and West, that's pointless because
that's why they changed it. You could end up, but these are the guys who are making it. I think Bill's not injured because I think I'm almost tempted to say John Wall got a starting nod. I don't remember. I don't even remember. Like I don't have the list. Actually, here we go. Give me a sec. Because these are the full lineups. So the Eastern players are Giannis, Kawhi, Embiid, Kyrie, Kemba. Those are your starters. Then on the bench, Beal, Griffin, Lowry, Middleton, Oladipo, Simmons, Vucevic.
Rough it.
More than likely, Giannis. More than likely, Giannis is going to pick Middleton, just for the record. West, you have LeBron, Durant, Paul George, Steph Curry, James Harden. Those are your starters. For your bench, Aldridge, Davis.
They had to switch it then by 2019 because if that was the West going against the East, that is ridiculous.
Right. Exactly. So that, before we finish, is there any other sports y'all want to get off? Because I guess since I have guests, I'll go ahead and be respectful. Early picks for the Super Bowl. Okay, never mind.
Patriots by 300.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Patriots gonna win because God doesn't love us
I
all.
always say don't bet against Brady, but the last time I said that, Eli beat him.
The only teams that can beat the New England Patriots in the Super
Philly
Bowl
beat them.
is NFC East teams.
Philly
So if the Cowboys were to make the Super Bowl, Cowboys would have beat them.
Yeah.
And it's the last team officially that can beat the Patriots. Nobody else is going to beat the Patriots. NFC East. They lost 3 times in 47 years. Those 3 times. 2 Giants, 1 Eagle, NFC East.
Got it. All right.
Facts.
Yeah. So you think?
I think it's up for grabs, to be honest.
Okay.
Facts.
I think it's
I said this before, and I'll stick to it again. The Rams will have to play a perfect game. They had I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm gonna explain why. The Chiefs had a chance to win that game, and the Chiefs didn't play perfect.
Here's why the Rams don't have to play a perfect game. Aaron Donald. If we seen the Giants defense put a hat on Brady. We seen that is the recipe. You got Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald in the inside.
The recipe is
if he gets
all right,
to Brady,
we'll be on this for another 40 minutes.
Yes.
All right,
Don't bring up sports.
So we'll spin it out of stuff. This is a funny article. I had somebody, actually my roommate, Barely St. Nurse, who was in the background early cooking it up. She gave me this link for this story, so I wanted to go ahead and bring it to attention. Basically, as many people know, there's been the infamous Samsung and Apple battle, and they're trying to find a way to do something innovative to keep people's tech minds in tune. So LG has decided that they're going to be bringing out what's known as the gesture feature, where you're basically anyone who uses their phones. Typically, if anyone remembers with the Google Pixel, it was the big hype of, hey, Google, take a selfie, and it would just take selfies, or it was little small intuitive features that were verbal. LG's trying to go a different route of, hey, we're trying to get people into looking crazy, waving at their phones. It could work. It's no certainty.
Boy.
We don't have an actual, the keynote for this is officially supposed to drop on the 24th of February. They did give a video that kind of talks about it, and that's kind of the push of this new technology.
Google Glasses, anybody? Anybody remember Google Glasses?
No, I remember Snapchat glasses.
You need, this is the most ridiculous thing.
They had YouTube glasses too.
They are, this is such a bad idea. Such a bad idea.
Okay.
Such a bad idea. First of all, like this article, because I read this article when you sent it to me, and I laughed the whole goddamn time. The dude was like, you can do voice commands for damn near every phone app.
Right.
Why would you need to be doing that?
Yeah.
Why do you need to be waving your hand and pulling and pinching and zooming?
We're in Alexa area. Yeah.
Like, what?
We're in Alexa
What?
I am so glad she didn't respond.
Yeah.
Because I got one in my room.
Yeah, I do too. And every time on a commercial, don't that just piss you off? Don't it piss you off when the commercial come on?
Because I've had to learn, and that's a suggestion I always tell people anytime you're doing a podcast. Like, I was doing a recording in my room one time, and I was like, yeah, and you have that thing. Because it'll start, and you're like, oh, I didn't want it to pick up. But, yeah.
That is so... it makes sense that LG is grasping at straws, but the problem is their phones are good phones.
Right.
Like, just do what you do and just boom.
Just keep it. I mean, because you're and I always will say, Android's advantage has been the phone selection. Because you're not just in iPhone only. You have unlimited options. You can get a Hawaii, HTC.
That's a good phone, dude. That's a good phone.
Not that foldable phone they had.
I saw that and I stepped back from my TV. I was like, all right.
That's too much.
We're doing too much. I can't do it.
I think it's a product of people just getting paid to be innovative, and instead of just sitting back and saying what makes sense versus what's going to be new.
Yeah.
I think they were on to something that I think.
But at least do something that's pushing.
I thought Android was on to something when they bought Beats in.
Yeah.
When they bought Beats in, I was like, okay, you kind of a step ahead of Apple, in that sense, but it doesn't necessarily have to be with that same, assistant, so to speak. It reminds me of, accessible, handicap accessible type of stuff. What do I need this stuff for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's I despise Apple products all, but the one thing Apple does is besides this next article that we're about to talk about, make a good phone, and that's all you need. Like, LG makes really good phones. Yeah. And it makes no sense why they're trying to bring in, the people that you would bring in with a phone like this is not people that's going to sustain your company for years to come. Because they're here just for whatever is flashing right now. So instead of just saying, okay, my job is to make really good phones, so I'm just going to make really good phones, just make really good phones.
Right.
And the people that have LG and realize how good their phone is will just stick with LG the rest of their life. Instead of saying,
I need to switch
their whole thing around by pinching and zooming. I'm not going to get this upgrade.
Shout out to BlackBerry.
Shout out to BlackBerry.
Fuck out of here. Shout out to Sidekick. You got me fucked up.
Listen, BlackBerry just came out with some new BlackBerry.
Time out.
phone
No.
thing
If they
last
brought back another Sidekick, I'm in.
Yeah.
I've said
I
it.
wish the nigga would be flipping his phone.
Man.
talking to
That was the tech back then. Because especially when it came to keep like texting,
That makes listen.
we already listen. But you got to remember,
There's a mini spaceship in your hand. That's what it looked like.
hey, okay. You remember what's his face had the daggone the 2-way.
Who had a two-way? You had a two-way?
No.
No.
Oh.
He had the Motorola joint, the one that looked like it was a whole laptop on your hip.
Dropping names on your podcast.
I didn't put the
Drop
names.
some names on your podcast.
We're not doing that. Well, actually, matter of fact, he literally was on my first podcast. So shout out to Lonnie. Yeah. But yeah, anyway.
LG, this is going to be a disaster. And this, I know that their company is struggling, not making as much money, and is looking to...
Trying to find that innovative.
This may be it.
Right.
This may be the thing that in 15 years we talk about is the reason why LG don't make phones no more. And only make TVs and washing machines.
To be honest, I thought they were done with phones.
Nah, they're not.
Dude,
they're not.
They make really good phones.
They make good phones. I say this.
They make really
I
good
say this all the time, and I bring this up. Even with me sitting in front of a bunch of Apple shit. I am a Apple user, not an Apple fanboy. So it's like if Android's
all
done.
Apple users is Apple fanboy.
No, that's okay. Dallas fanboy. You want to start?
not
Oh yes, no, 100%.
That's not
Okay.
I agree.
So Dallas
That's
fan.
my character.
So fan versus fanboy. Because Dallas fans, I can deal. No, I can deal with the Dallas fan. It's the Dallas fanboy when I'm like, all right, get off. Because y'all be sitting there. You need to kill yourself because y'all ain't won nothing this year. When your team going to the Super Bowl, and I'm like, wow, we still on the when is the team going to Super Bowl story?
1996. That's all Dallas Cowboys was talking about.
Thank you.
Yesterday, no. Let's talk about January 3rd, 1996.
They got that. They've been holding that. Trophy strong.
That's all they got.
That's a strong trophy to hold on to.
That's all they got.
All right. So Apple dropped the ball on this one. No, I'm gonna be accountable for it, and I feel like it was a massive vulnerability. But it's funny to me because I never in my life realized how aggressive people can be when you post something about going against what happened. So basically, Apple brought out an update, and the update seemed okay. But it turned out that people found a secret or a loophole in one of the features that's on pretty much every iPhone, which is known as FaceTime. Basically, FaceTime was if you wanted to talk to somebody and you wanted to see them or listen to them or whatever, you can send, have them, you would make a call to the person. If they didn't answer the call, you could scroll and add yourself to the call, as if you're making another call. And so when you add them to the call, basically they can hear whatever's going on the other person's phone. I was concerned about it at first because I get it as, yeah, you don't want anybody to know what's going on with you. But then on the flip side, it's like, if you ain't doing what you ain't got no business doing, what's there to worry about? But then on the other side, for me, I'm looking at it as, just turn off FaceTime.
Okay. Okay. First of all,
Look, he'll be excited because this is Apple dropping the ball, so he about to empty all of his. He about to get the shotgun to Beretta. Go ahead.
You get your cell phone, you expect a level of privacy. Period. If you
No, you don't.
That is
No, you don't.
So you
This about to be a tech. I'm about to tech the shit out of you. But go ahead. No, I want to listen.
Hit the horn on him real quick.
Don't hit the horn.
No, I'm not hitting the.
What you're saying is like saying the internet is for privacy or social media is for privacy.
No,
because that's what your phone
no,
is.
that's
dude.
not. No,
You put your wallet in your phone now. How is that private?
First of all, in order for someone to be able to get your credit card from your phone, they need your password, they need your thumbprint, they need your face scan, they need something. They can't just grab your phone and start ringing people up. And even if they do, it's as if you can lose your credit card falling out your pocket and somebody stealing it and using it. That does not mean that you expected your privacy to be held with your credit card because this is your information. But beyond that, you get you a phone, you thinking automatically, oh, all of my privacy is gone. I'm not able to not answer somebody's phone call and talk shit about them in my personal home and not have this person scroll up and be able to hear everything I say. That's what you're assuming when you get a phone? No, you have a level of knowledge that the company that makes this phone is not out to get you.
You
not
must
out
not
to ruin your life.
And you don't read terms and conditions for nothing with any of the stuff that you buy.
Whoever reads terms
because all of that things it's a whole lot of features in.
Hold on.
But go ahead. I'm just giving it in that aspect.
No, I understand, but I'm not saying that this stuff never happens. I'm not saying that you shouldn't expect this stuff to happen.
Right.
But I have my phone. I'm not going to automatically think that when I put my phone down in my bedroom, the camera's going to keep recording me while I'm walking around, even though I don't have it on.
You're giving practical examples, but you do realize buying a phone in today's world, the capabilities of.
But that's so. If you put a private boudoir picture of yourself on your phone, and Apple gets their cloud hacked like they did, and somebody steals your picture, that means that you wasn't expecting your privacy just because you sent it up there.
Same thing happened with Facebook.
I know, but listen to my point.
I'm with you. I mean,
when a private message to somebody, and this is what you and two adults are agreeing to. Why in the world are you saying that I should assume that my privacy, I don't have privacy just because I put it in a message on Facebook, which is not public, just a private DM between me and another person.
Which isn't encrypted, but still can be accessed.
But everything can be accessed.
And that's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't mean that it's supposed to be.
And that's what's the difference between...
That's like somebody peeking through this window and looking at us. It's a window, so that means it's okay.
What's the difference between somebody using this on the FaceTime, right? Because it's not everybody. It's just the people that selected.
No, it's everybody that has FaceTime.
Right. No, it's everybody that calls you that has FaceTime.
You
calls you through FaceTime.
You'd have to be called through FaceTime.
It's not all iPhone users. It's just the person who's calling you. So, but what's the difference between that? You be worried about what you said on the other end of the phone call, and you just not hanging up the phone. You just being on the phone talking to somebody, and you set the phone down.
No.
And you forget that you didn't hang up the phone, and that person call you and say, "Hey man, you or butt dialing for that matter." You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you the difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference because it would be as if you hang up the phone and that person, even though your phone says it's hung up, can still hear you talking.
He's saying you missed the phone call, not if you hang up.
But that's what I'm saying. If I call your phone and you hit the I don't want to talk to this person and it hangs up on me, but on my phone I can still hear everything you saying and you talking cash shit about me. That does not mean that you wasn't expecting that your phone was going to do what your phone was supposed to do, which is hang up and stop transmission information from one phone to another phone.
We're talking about FaceTime.
But it's the same exact thing. They hang up. They don't want to talk to this person. This person sneaks behind them, scrolls down, and hears everything that they're saying. The person that said, I don't want to talk to that person and hit the hang up has the privacy in their mind. Okay, this means I'm officially offline.
Right. I can talk shit.
You can talk shit all the time. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because you know where you are? A fucking America. And you can talk shit about whoever and wherever you want. And the idea that Apple, which is a trash-ass company, is allowing other people to hear your private messages is insane that y'all both are saying that it is.
I agree that this is a bad idea for a few.
I'm first of all because I'm gonna go ahead and defend.
The risk
I'm aware that it's a security vulnerability. I've said that numerous times. I'm not justifying that part of it at all.
But you're also saying that it should be expected.
No, I'm not saying that either.
That's how you started.
I started it saying it as when people get devices, everything that comes any update that comes out for any device, and I even posted this when I went on. It was a day I went on Facebook, and I got so much hate about it because it was like, hey, I know it's a totally different scenario, but when Samsung had their phones and it was blowing up in people's pockets, we ain't gonna make a big to do over that because that's cool. But that was a bad fuck.
Huge to do about that.
Pockets, they
airplanes,
on faces.
but we But we accepted that. It was like, hey,
but they didn't accept that.
No, people no.
Issue.
It was a giant issue, but
for 6
No,
months.
no.
Can't
Think-
all of
no,
them.
Hold
think-
on, side note, sorry, but I'm a Samsung fanboy, so fully understand.
No, I'm saying it. I'm being in a transparent sense.
Yeah.
When the conversation came up, it was talked about. It got its attention, but it didn't get as much joke and clownery as this did.
I didn't hear about this until you sent this to me.
This one,
First time I heard about it.
it's
And as
been
soon as I read it, I was like, fucking shit. Apple is trash.
Apple's.
But I didn't know
Apple's
this until
human.
you sent it to
Every
me.
device is. I mean, no carrier or no service makes a perfect, and that's the main point that I'm hung up on. Because I've seen, like I said,
But this is come on.
but that was even with me saying I even went to the factor of everybody got mad with this for FaceTime, but every single person that was on my case all have Facebook accounts, and a lot of people had their accounts compromised, but nobody. Oh, I'm still staying on Facebook though.
Yeah, because it's
You don't care what information I got, and it's so. I'm from a tech perspective. We don't realize as humans how much information we give. This was a bad give of information because this is something that the behind the scenes developers and folks who work on the phone should have been able to make fixable and situated before this even came out as an update. That part I'm going to give you. That's not me fanboying. That's me general across the board.
yeah.
I just think that it was funny because when it first hit and everybody talked about it, it was like, oh my God, I'm not buying an Apple phone, Team Samsung all day, or Team Android. And I was like, okay, no phone is perfect. No device is perfect.
Yeah.
But this one was bad. It's bad.
That's the whole point.
I'm saying it's
not
bad.
Just that it's Samsung's phones, Note 7s, blowing up on people's faces on airplanes, 100%. That's bad. That's very bad. Making people two-faced across the country is very bad. No one's debating that.
Dude.
But the level of privacy, the level of information that Apple should have after that cloud hack happened.
I will shut.
Where they should have had extra people making sure that nothing close to this ever happened.
I will shut my phone all the way off and talk shit before I risk getting blown. Before I risk it. And those are my options. Cut my phone all the way off and then talk shit, or get my face blown off.
So
But at least when your face get blown off,
You got
So is
soup?
it-
you can still talk shit.
If you got
so
a
is
hat,
it
you got a case.
so as a side promotion, because I'm telling people this, if you really want to work on being a better person, I'm doing what's called Digital Wellbeing. It is a product that I purchased from a company called Bagby. The link is in the show notes, bagby.co. Basically, it is a resource to help you with not being as connected to your phone. A lot of times we are on our phones 24/7. FaceTime calls could come in. Phones could be blown up due to people's faces. But if they blew up in other rooms, they won't impact you as bad, or FaceTime messages won't be exposed as publicly. So if you're working on doing a better promotion for yourself or a better way of not being as connected to your phone, link and invest in Bagby. You'll not regret it. This isn't like me doing, this is my random shameless plug because I have other promos, but I don't promote everybody because I ain't got time. But this one I always promote because it's like just my big thing. But anywho, next tech topic. We only got a couple more tech topics. I don't really have any music session because there wasn't much music. Y'all might have some because I've been behind.
Beats.
Absolutely. Well,
DJ Cuz.
wait, yeah, because then I got to put his links in. If we got to put links in.
He got sausage links.
Silky, you can cut that off. Thanks. Going to the X.
Silky.
So the Xbox had a Red Ring of Death 2.0 update.
Oh, this all you.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Before you continue.
This all you.
Sorry, I am a Sony fanboy, just like I'm a Samsung fanboy, so I'm going to talk mad shit about the Xbox, but please continue.
They had a black screen issue. I haven't even turned mine on recently to see if it did or didn't work, but there was an issue where people were turning on their consoles and they weren't updating. I initially would have turned it on during the show, but I didn't think about it. But basically, Microsoft acknowledged that there were widespread reports of Xbox One consoles failing. It would start up with a black screen that made them unusable. There was they didn't know what caused this breakdown, but they said that a service change was responsible for it. And they gave an update stating that there were various problems, and they verified it with a couple of consoles, and there was no explanation of it. And he said, so now you can go ahead and get your fanboy
Okay,
shots
first
off.
of all, Xbox Microsoft Microsoft as a company is trash. This is
Wow.
This is
So and they make Windows.
just because they make Xboxes. If they
Yep.
only made Windows, they'd be just fine.
No, they wouldn't.
Slid over the Xboxes and then destroyed the video game industry as we know it. Their gun controllers are trash, too bulky, it's ridiculous. The system is subpar at best compared to the PlayStation 4 regular, not even the Pro, which is 100 times better than the Xbox X One. Of course, Xbox has.
Why it sound like he doing a political
Of
promotion or
course,
something?
Xbox
It's
has.
time to shine.
Right. Let
issues.
it.
Listen, I'm about to break this all down. We in video games now. Let's talk this talk.
Go ahead.
Xbox is just from the. It's not surprising that they continue to have screw ups to this nation. Not only are they having the poor people that's dumb enough to buy their products not have any exclusive games.
Wait, time out. Time
Listen,
out.
no,
Time out.
I will
The
not.
people
say.
that buy PlayStation are poor.
First of all, no. The people that buy PlayStation are stand-up citizens of America. Xbox One, BT right now is pulling up
Oh, mine's work. So okay.
the most ridiculous.
I mean, mine's work. I didn't.
I
I didn't get my black screen, so I'm good. But anyway, continue. Go ahead.
It's a trash. Listen, Xbox had the Red Ring of Death,
This the game you talking about?
which
It's the console you talking about.
that's the Xbox One that is extremely trash.
It looks pretty good on the
It looks pretty good on this because you're not seeing a PlayStation Pro. If
Oh.
you see a PlayStation Pro, your eyes will bleed because it's so beautiful.
Okay.
So, not only are they not giving their poor sucker of customers exclusive games that's worthy, they're also breaking and breaking all their Xbox Ones. So you gotta pay $37 because that's how much an Xbox One is because it's trash. You pay $37 for the system and then you stop playing the system and then the system crashes. You know what never crashes? The PlayStation 4. Because it's made by America and it's strong and it's powerful.
First of all, you know damn well it ain't made by no American. If your PlayStation was made by America, you might want to go back and
I got
get.
that Soldier Boy.
You got that soldier game console,
The Soldier Station 4.
Soldier Station 4?
That's what I got.
high quality. Got it.
No, my point is just I'm not surprised at Xbox rushing to get stuff out because they're currently in third place behind Switch and Sony. It just makes sense.
Okay, and PC's doing
Well, I don't
semi-pro.
I don't consider when I talk about consoles, I'm talking about real consoles.
Don't say that. Oh wait. Oh,
Wait. Not saying
No,
that
whoa.
computers are not consoles.
Don't.
I'm saying
Yeah, because I got
computers on a whole nother
PC gamers that follow the podcast.
computer on a whole nother level.
Oh, This is.
I don't consider computers a console.
I don't need
But
to
it's-
see. So it's just not me. I didn't think I was crazy.
But it's part of the gaming community.
it's
But that's
part
not
of
what we talked
gaming, but
about.
That's not
We
what
were
we're
talking about consoles. That's what I'm
Consoles,
saying.
actual console. To me,
Xbox, I last.
computer gaming is like you don't consider console a computer,
Nope.
right?
It's a
It's
console based. I mean, it's a computer based console without a keyboard, basically.
right, but you don't.
But
if we're going to Starbucks, you taking your Xbox or you taking your laptop?
Depends on you ask. Because we already saw a
We're
dude.
not talking about that dude. We're not talking about that.
There was
We're talking about that dude.
Dude,
No, there was-
Starbucks with
He
an
had
Xbox.
he had that what is that thing called?
It's called games. It's an actual. It's game.
No,
It's a
he had
games.
an
It's a
Xbox.
games. It's a games. He had a PlayStation 4 in a games system
And it
where
comes
it had
with a
has
monitor.
a own monitor.
and he's in there like
And he was gaming.
Was he at least drinking Starbucks?
I don't remember.
Was he
I think he had a cake pop.
They would have kicked him out.
something like that. But
No, if he was black, was he black?
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
that's why they.
Come on,
he didn't order nothing. I apologize. I thought he had ordered something, so I said.
No, he had a caramel macchiato.
yeah.
But yeah, but no, PC. So yeah, PC would be in its own separate.
Yeah, so that's what
Game
I
in a
mean
row.
when I'm
But I
talking
got you.
about
Okay.
consoles, and they're rushing their products out because, like I said, they're in third place, so they're trying to make the money up. Just like when the Red Rings of Death came out, they tried to push out the 360 as fast as they can because they were already 3 steps back behind PlayStation. So it makes sense that this is the stuff that happens to them.
For the American PlayStation console.
The issue with Sony is not their systems, it's their PlayStation Network, which crashes every third day. Every third day, the PlayStation Network crashes, and you can't order nothing, you can't buy nothing, you can't play anything.
So you just wait for that third day, and then you just turn back.
you play Madden every 3 days, and then eventually you get to the end of the season.
Got
You
it.
get to the end of the franchise.
All right. Yeah, this was a bad look for Xbox users. Luckily, I didn't go through.
I mean, buying an Xbox is a bad look for Xbox users.
That's a lot.
This is a bad look for Microsoft as a company.
If Gears never makes it to PlayStation, I'll never buy a PlayStation.
Listen,
Sorry.
Gears of War was good.
Gears of War is
but
still
that was
good.
360.
Nah, PlayStation. I mean, the Xbox One version is pretty good.
The PlayStation has a minimum of 7 exclusive games that's just out the last 3 years. That's better than anything that the Xbox has ever
He act
put
like
out.
he promote, like he cross promoting for
Listen,
them too.
no, what I'm doing is speaking true to all of your listeners. Speaking that real. They've been fed lies by an Xbox fanboy. They don't know what's real, which is Sony, best thing in the world.
You done?
Yes, I am.
Get the fuck off my podcast. That trash ass opinion. So the last tech story I have is Google Chrome is doing, this is a funny but a weird story. They have like a new feature where they're warning you of lookalike URLs. So a simple way of putting it, basically with a lot of links that people go to, and I guess this is something that I experienced with working in disputes at another job. Basically, when you go to certain sites, there's the real site, and then there's a site that's a lookalike or a mock site. The first one I could think of was Pandora bracelets. There's the real Pandora site where you can buy real Pandora stuff, and then there's the knockoff affiliate of Pandora. And they're just trying to get that under control and making sure that people aren't going to the wrong sites when trying to go online, which I think is cool. Because I mean, as far as even with me owning, and this is where the Apple and the Microsoft comparison comes in, even though I have all my Apple shit, I'll never use Safari. I use Chrome quicker than anything else. But I also know people who own Windows that hate Internet Explorer because it is the epitome of trash by my standards.
Yes.
Say what you want, being a fan or whatever the case may be. But this is helpful as far as for malicious people, folks that make the wrong sites, things of that nature. But this is just another feature that I'm on board with and glad that they're trying to get under control.
It's extremely odd that this is not a thing that's been
normal for a while.
Normal for internet provider.
So part of it is because it's hard to regulate the internet, and a lot of people don't realize that. I think there's this assumption of, okay, if you're online, we're going to make sure these sites are good, these sites you can't go to. But trying to regulate and control every single website is a tall order.
But it wouldn't be controlling all websites. It would be controlling what that person meant when they typed in McDonald's with no s.com instead of McDonald's with an s.com. Mm-hmm. You know that they weren't looking for the McDonald's that's going to sell them bootleg horse burgers. How? Because you know that 99.999% of people that's typing in McDonald's.com is actually meaning to type in McDonald's.com.
And that point 001.
And that point 001, fuck it. Go to another horse meat site to get your horse meat. The people that's buying from sites that take one letter or one number away from a real website, which is what Chrome is protecting over, it's not out to give anybody anything that they actually want. So that would be saving everybody the hassle of old people ordering shit from Amazon with an s.com instead of Amazon.com.
Or buying a wrinkle cream.
And just doing all this other extra shit for them. When you know that this is what they wanted to get. Now, you get to the point of, like you said, what if one person wants it?
Yeah.
And you just got to give everybody what they want.
Yeah.
And hope that they smart enough to realize that Amazon.com don't have a Q on it. It has the Amazon sign, and then don't be ordering stupid shit.
All right. And they do have, if you're trying to make sure you confirm that you are doing this correctly, they do have a link in the in this article. And I'm not going to read that link. It's a weird link. But you just copy and paste that into the Chrome browser, and that will help you with making sure if a site, that it's all set up correctly. So that is all we have on tech. This is normally my music. I normally talk about Music Sesh, or what I call AirPods Escape, because I always listen to music. There hasn't really been a lot of new music that's dropped.
21 Savage. What do you think about 21 Savage?
From last year?
Yeah. No, yeah, last year.
You forgot it was. You forgot it was
January 8th. Yeah, no, last year, but you know what I mean.
I listened to it. I thought it was pretty good. It was a good album. It was okay. I mean, I won't like ooh and odd by it. I mean, I listened to it. It wasn't like it didn't stick for me at the time. He back here.
I liked it. DJ Cuz is a snob and only thinks of Big Crit as the rapper. Everybody else is subpar at best. But I liked the 21 Savage album. I enjoyed it.
It was
I like
okay.
the Cardi B album. He don't like Cardi B. Cardi B can rap. Who doesn't like Cardi B? And she's sweet and she's down to earth and she's Cardi B. Stop hating on Cardi B. All you like is Big Crit in a dress.
How did you say I don't like Cardi B and then name all things outside of rap?
But no, the first thing was she can rap.
Good. She's cool.
I never said she looked good. I said the first thing I said was she can rap. Her album was good. BT.
I had people. I go to like. I mean, nobody really came to me about it, but when I did my.
Here's the thing. I just feel like the standard of what's good and what's trash has drastically changed.
Of course, but see you. All right, so I'm gonna have this conversation with you that I've had with other people. Everyone is still stuck on what they heard in the 90s.
Not so much him.
He just gave you an artist that's
right. Big Crit. Okay, Big Crit is a recent artist, but when it comes down to current music, not everybody is on the current music wave when it comes to hip hop and rap, and I 100% get that. I don't knock anyone for that feature or that opinion. The thing with music now, and I think people have kind of skipped over this, and I'm always guilty of saying it, is a lot of artists have to be found like a needle in a haystack. You have to do that extra searching of, let me look for said artist, or let me see if I can get this artist that's not really on the radar. Because if you're going to factor it solely off of mainstream and what we're hearing on the radio, you'll never hear the good music. Because if you base it on that alone, we're stuck strictly with Migos, Trap House, Nicki. Huh?
That's the world. That's why we.
That's not the world. The world is balanced.
That's why we bring up Cardi B and all these other.
Yeah, but I listen to Cardi B based on wanting to listen to the album, not because the internet said, "Hey, listen to the album." And I actually had it as one of my top 5 albums last year.
So where do you rank her as far as just rapping in general?
I don't rank her as a high rank. I ranked her. I don't have her as a high rank.
And that's what I mean by
so no, but here's what I'm saying. As far as for the trend when the album came out, it was a good trending album at its time.
But even right now, you saying that
you have a different ear and a more personal approach about artists because you already have and this is where people always do this with music. When you're biased about music, you already got a wave of folks that you're like, fuck out of here, I'm not gonna listen to y'all shit. Is that not true?
If anything's going to be stubborn about my taste in music, is that I have taste in music.
Right, but you're already going to throw folks off the boat if they ain't really up to par what you listen to and what you expecting, because you're going to place a high expectation because you're involved with music. That's what I'm saying.
What do you expect out of a song? Drop it. Just leave it right there. What do you expect out of a song?
Continue point.
That's not.
I'm expecting a song to be consistent enough to be played thoroughly and enjoy it with a repeat factor.
Let me break it down.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted you to explain.
What are your most important components of a song?
Tell me yours, because I'm not sure where you're going with that.
Lyrics. How the lyrics fit the beat and the beat.
Okay, continue. I'm wanting you to get to the plot because I feel like you're making a point, but I want to hear where your point is going with that. Because that's all. Those are all valid things.
If those 3 things, if your standard lowers for each of those 3 things, and you're accepting 2 out of the 3, and then 1 out of the 3, then how can you rate these people? How can you feel good about? If you're rating trash, how could you rate trash? It's trash.
But it's not trash.
Why is it not? If you know that people are capable of doing better. If other people are out here, like you said, it's a big world. You can YouTube anybody now. If you know that there is people out there that can do better with that same opportunity, then
all right.
Why are you listening to these people?
I'm gonna tell you why. All right, I'm gonna tell you a story, BT. maybe 13 years ago, 14 years ago, this dude, me and him was working together, and he told me, hey, this dude that's about to drop, his name is Drake. I was like, no, he's going to be corny. He's like, no, he's from Canada. He's a black dude, though. He can rap. He played me some of his songs. I said he was garbage. This is before Drake dropped. Like, a good year before Drake dropped. Mm-hmm. And fast forward all these years, and I still stand on the fact that I think Drake is corny and can't rap. Now, does that mean that Drake can't rap? Does that mean that you don't enjoy Drake or he don't enjoy Drake? No. It just means that my taste is my taste. I think Cardi B can rap. Even by standards of rappers, of lyricists. If you just listen to her album and your issue is you don't like nobody popular. You don't. Because even if you think about who you like as rappers, your number one rapper is Big Crit. Big Crit ain't never did even a gold album.
No, so you just switch from preference. Crit is my preference. J. Cole can rap. Kendrick can rap. And that don't mean I can agree.
Okay,
okay. What?
J. Cole cannot rap.
What?
If you saying J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar,
all right, back to the plot because y'all spinning.
All I'm saying is those people that I named, they don't compromise on those three components. You still get the best of lyrics. The lyrics complement that beat, and they still got 5 beats. Wait a minute. Specifically talking about Cardi B now. Mm-hmm. Specifically talking about Cardi B. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're giving up? You're compromising on any of those three things?
And listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you no. Because when I listen to...
Because everyone listens to music differently. Everyone's not going to have the same ear going into music. What you're looking for lyrically and what someone else is going to look for lyrically is going to be different. Because somebody else could listen to an album right now and say, I think the album is great. Somebody else could listen to it and say, I think it's the worst album in the world.
I think it all boils down to people feeling like they relate to some of these artists. They feel like if this artist
how does he relate? So how does he relate to Cardi B? Let's dive into that.
Because those lyrics are so simple that they can go in their closet and come up with it, or get this producer that lives next door that sells me a bag of drugs. I can get him to make a beat, and I can go in my closet and I can come up with the same thing. And those are the things that he named after he said Cardi B album was dope. She's relatable. She's a cool person.
All right.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
No, all right. We all so that whole conversation just went all the way out of control.
That's why I kept quiet at the beginning. And then this guy kept saying, crit. I listen to other people. Logic. Let me keep throwing names out there for your viewers, for your listeners. Logic is a dope artist.
I've listened to Logic.
That complements his lyrics with his beats. Six does his beats. Like, it's crazy. It's a lot of other music out here that, and I would say Logic is more mainstream than, you know what I mean, than Crit is.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. I listen to all of Logic's albums. They're not that good. He got maybe 3 songs in the 4 albums that I listen to. Maybe. Now I'm on Mac Miller because I heard Mac Miller was good, and I think I'm listening to Mac Miller. So I'm gonna start listening to Mac Miller.
You just disrespect.
I honestly did not. And you know me for a fact that I don't just listen to lyrics and just.
All right, so we're gonna go to our ass of the week because y'all gonna be on this story for a long. Y'all need to, this might be something y'all need to come together and figure out. Like getting that should be like y'all whole.
You gotta have a 7-hour podcast to get this out.
No, y'all need a music section to just dive into like the thoughts and theories of music.
No, but you started off with 21 Savage.
I didn't start off with. First of all, no.
About 21 Savage.
I didn't say anything. No, relax. I didn't say the opinion of 21 Savage. So that's where you're getting it wrong. Because did you hear what my response was at the beginning before you was already to be defensive on this?
As soon as I heard 21 Savage, and I knew you was gonna say 21 Savage, I shut off. That's why I didn't say anything.
Let him close out his podcast. You're doing too much. We apologize.
To respond to the 21 Savage question, I wasn't the biggest fan of the album. That's the bottom line. That's all there is to it.
As an artist, though, what do you think about it?
I'm not a big fan of his. But that's because I also, like, his other album about the bank account and all that, that didn't stick for me.
You mean 1, 2, 3, 4,
the
5,
album,
6, 7,
the entire
8.
No,
those are his lyrics.
I got that part, but I'm referring to the entire album. The entire, like, that song I didn't really get into. But that was also, to go back to your question, and I'm gonna go back to this ass of the week story. The factor that I look at is the originality of the music, along with if I'm listening to a song, which sample came from that song. I heard the sample that was used in Bank Account, so I knew what to expect when I was listening to it. When I listen to a lot of artists, when I listen to a lot of music, I'm an old school listener. I'm from Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Fats Domino era, so that's how my music has always been eclectic with listening. So when I listen to a lot of artists now, I don't go in giving the massive, oh, you have to be the best singer, the best artist, but you need to at least have something that's gonna keep my attention. But most artists that I listen to or that I'm a fan of, like I said, I'll show you the list after the show, and you'll see I had a different listen on a lot of artists. Like Meek Mill, a lot of people didn't really bang with it that much. I thought his album was a good album. I had a lot of honorable mentions that didn't make my list. Like Her had a good album. There are artists that I listen to that are different. So that's why when the 21 Savage and you shut down and had the whole y'all tangent that y'all had, I had to come back and take the show. So that's where my music part was. Also, if you want to listen to that feature, it is on episode, I believe, 226, where I talked about the year in review for the podcast. And I talk about my top 5. But anyway, anything else you want to say before we go to Ask the Week? Because I don't, like, that's kind of the A to Z where that all went with the music.
I think when we really think about it, we mask it up to say different things, but our standards are lower. You said about the sample when we brought up Cardi B, but I can go down a list of samples.
I didn't say that with Cardi B. I said that with
No, he brought up Cardi B.
21 Savage. But go ahead.
He was talking about sample. Like
samples off of Cardi B.
There were a lot of samples on her album. But it wasn't even a sample. The sample factor wasn't what that album was about. I actually took time and listened to the lyrics. That was an album where, unlike most people, because I'm going to say this and I'm going to shut up about it because I feel like we're not going to get anywhere with it. The typical person that listens to an album, listens to it one time and they put it away. Because we're in a streaming era, there is no, let me put this album in my CD player and let me listen to this album. We're now in, let me pull it up on Apple Music or let me put it up on Spotify or Tidal or whatever streaming source you listen to. You're going to play it. If it's stuck, cool, you're going to play it. If you do like it, you'll spend it a couple times to really listen to it. Or you may listen to it in an immediate moment and then say, let me go back and really listen to this album. And that's typically what I do with a lot of artists. Nicki Minaj, I had to listen to her album, and that was a challenging task because it wasn't a very thorough album for me. I didn't think she did good last year with her album, but I also wasn't expecting a great album from her. So that's why when I put those two in that category, you're making a reference and asking Cardi B as far as rapper. I'm not putting her in a top anything as far as a rapper for period, because that's not a measurement I can present. Because I don't feel like her factor isn't her rapping. Her factor is her presence, her attention, her stealing of the show. That's how you have to look at music nowadays. It's not us lowering standards. It's just what's viewed now. We're in a social media hashtag era.
When you say you have to, though, it's just like...
Let him get to the ass of the week.
Because
I get you. You have your music snob strong view, which I'm not knocking you for that because you do music.
You really should.
But you do music. You have to.
I have to listen.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's why everyone's not going to come in with the same dance that you do, and that's it. Ass of the week. Do they have her name?
Dude.
What is her name?
You start off musically.
Huh?
No, we're going to end our podcast musically so I can get up and walk out.
So the ass of the week is a lady who works for a news station in Pittsburgh as anyone knows, whenever they show people on the media, they always show the person and then they'll show the person's name and then they'll usually have like a little fun fact, a little bit of information under the person's name. Well, in this case, someone thought it would be a good idea to put Tom Brady, and under Tom Brady's name, they put known cheater. I asked my roommate about this. I was on the fence. I wasn't sure if she's getting ass of the week, hands down. But the news company gets it as well as an honorable mention, especially on the fact of, because they fired her.
Was it a woman? I thought it was a man.
They're saying, let's see, the person responsible for labeling, release a statement regarding the employee's termination. While fans are entitled to have personal opinions, we have a journalistic responsibility to provide unbiased reporting. The graphic that appeared Monday violated standards. Let's see, because Brady was suspended. They really don't give the person's name.
Yeah, I read a Deadspin article about this.
Okay.
It was a guy.
It was a guy.
But this is the issue. First of all, he should never got fired.
Okay. Tell me more.
Should have never got fired.
This is 2 years in a row for Brady, though. Right?
This is
It was a radio dude last year.
Yeah.
They asked him a question about his wife or daughter or
kept asking
something.
him about the doctor, and he was like, "That's it, get that guy out of here," and they fired the guy. But look, he didn't deserve to get fired because he was just doing his job. But this dude
shouldn't got fired.
First of all, he was telling the truth. He is a known cheater. For God's sake, didn't he go to court to fight the NFL because they say he was cheating?
You gonna put R. Kelly on TV and say,
whoa, time out. Whoa, wait, time out.
No.
Time out. No, wait. Let me. This is not. I've already had to do the R. Kelly rant, and I've still had to deal with that was a conversation I had to deal with at the beginning of the year. I'm not doing it again. Let's come back to Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is a known cheater. He's cheated on multiple levels. First of all, he cheated on his first girlfriend who was pregnant. Left her with Janelle Monáe. So he's a cheater right there. That's known. That is fact. That's not me joking. That's 100% fact.
But it was kind of petty that he put this up on the news. But
it was true.
TV, yo.
That's like saying Tom Brady, Super Bowl winner. Facts. Tom Brady, white male. Facts.
They're not gonna put white male, but okay.
Tom Brady cheated on the chick Monahan who was pregnant with Giselle Bündchen. Facts.
Too long,
Tom Brady,
but okay.
Known cheater. Facts. Listen, we're gonna get the.
Do you feel like people are too sensitive with this?
Of course they too sensitive.
Okay.
No, I don't think anybody was really upset, but his bosses on the news station.
Oh. Okay.
Nobody else. No, social media is not upset.
Right.
Fans are not upset. First of all, he's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And they hate the Patriots.
Right.
So everyone that saw that shit was like, yeah, 100%. They probably didn't even know why that dude got fired. They probably thought that came from the NFL. Just throw that in there.
Right.
Tom Brady is a cheater. He's a known cheater in every aspect of his life. Even in college, he was supposed to go to one school, cheated that school out, went to another school, Michigan. You laughing? Google that shit. Tom Brady. Known cheater. That dude should sue Tom Brady
for losing his job.
For that man right there.
When Brady go to the Super Bowl every year,
the
haters come out of woodwork. Listen, that hating on Brady is like hating on LeBron. You gotta respect their game.
Hold on a second.
You gotta respect their game. At the end of the day, you gotta respect their game, and he's there again.
First of all,
he's there again.
In your damn life, sir, compare Tom Brady to the greatest.
Who got more rings?
LeBron James has been with the same woman all his life.
Who got more
Tom Brady cheated on his first girl who was pregnant.
And he never cheated.
Who was pregnant?
He never cheated on
That's not cheating if it's an open relationship. We're not going
He never cheated on Cleveland.
It's not open.
Back to the story.
Going back, this is him.
I'm taking my time.
Listen, Tom Brady. No, I don't know why this is such a shocking thing. No cheater. This is nothing that's a joke. He deflated footballs. Admitted so. So much so that they took him to court.
He threw the phone away.
He said that was me. Oh yeah, he lost his phone.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is a known cheater. He probably cheats on his tests. He probably cheats on his phone company. He probably got like 3 different phones from 3 different phone companies.
Oh, you think he got a burner?
Yeah, he's just a piece. Listen, is Tom Brady one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time? Yes. Is Tom Brady super great? Yes. Is Tom Brady also a cheater? Yes.
He's had to cheat.
A known cheater. First of all,
the fact that they made Gates after him, we never heard of. Like, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna wrap it up. They made different. What was it? Deflate Gate, Spy Gate. What was the other gate? It was
all.
Huh?
Bounty.
Yeah. 2 of the 3 was about Tom Brady. 2 of the 3.
Like, you literally had a gate wave going, and then anytime the fact that the NFL had to literally. And in all my years of watching sports, I've never realized the extent that they have to do investigations. Like, I'm like, okay, something happened, cool, let's talk about it. But in this case, they've had to go to investigate. We need to cover an investigation to find out.
I just got one question.
Okay.
How come they don't do it with Ben Roethlisberger?
What do you mean? Do what with Ben Roethlisberger?
This type of stuff.
Known cheater?
Known rapist or whatever he did. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me why.
If Ben Roethlisberger was as famous as Tom Brady, they would be talking about that.
If he won 7 out of 9 years?
I think it's more 15 out of 13.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
The NFL is known for what have you done for me lately? That's been the MO. And if we really look at it, Ben isn't really in that. You don't hear Ben's name
So they're
as
not
much
coming
as you.
after him as much?
They're not gonna come after him with
But
this.
is it not a
This is the
known
issue.
fact? Is it a fact?
That he tried to rape somebody?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a known fact.
Okay, so why they don't do that to him on TV?
You know why?
He's not on TV that much.
And it'd be really disrespectful to be known rapist on the TV.
Oh, no cheaters
Well, first of all, that's funny as shit. That's funny as shit.
not? And seeing that on Ben Robbins, that would be funny.
No, that would be disturbing. That would be disturbing as hell.
Yo.
Known rapist on the TV. Tom Brady.
Quarterback on
It's a joke. The dude should have never got fired. It's as simple as that. It's simple as that. He doesn't get the answer today. CBS,
Whatever the affiliate.
in Petersburg, they get the answer today. You know who else gets the answer today? Tom Brady gets the answer today because he's a goddamn known.
Last year, it's just twice in a row. Last year, it was about his daughter. He had put out that documentary, and he called his daughter a brat. The guy that was on the radio station.
Oh, that's
It's
what
like
it was.
Tom
You're right,
Brady's
that's what it was.
daughter is a brat or something
Yeah.
like that. She's
But he
coming
deserved.
downstairs.
That dude deserved to get fired.
And
This dude don't
All right,
deserve to get
all
fired.
right.
Might be the truth.
So we'll wrap up here. Well, thank y'all for joining. Welcome aboard.
was fun.
Hopefully
appreciate
y'all.
you having us, man.
Hopefully y'all podcast will pop. Don't just, and I'm telling y'all this on my show because I feel like it's relevant to point out. Don't do a show just to get on iTunes. Like, I've seen, the reason I'm saying this is because people do shows and they're so pressed to get on iTunes and they never do another show. And I just don't want to see you fail on doing something that could actually work.
I didn't know that was the motive. Like, people used to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry, for money. That's the other. A lot of people are looking for
Honestly, I'm not doing this.
They look at it on the basis of I'm trying to get X number of dollars and or I'm looking to be podcast famous. When you fail to realize there are already thousands of podcasters that have done this longer than you or done it less time than you and know they pretty much have their name backing them to get that attention. So I'm glad y'all understand that. My show will be back to its regular simp calm next week. But I decided to have them on. The conversations went the way they did. I'm glad y'all kept it moving and kept it flowing. So, any closing thoughts before I shut down and do my editing?
Thank you very much. This
Thanks
was
for having
fantastic.
us.
We appreciate it.
Silky and DJ Cuz will be back.
You can't say the cool
with the
connection.
name,
No.
with the name of our show as well. Thanks for having
You really
us.
tried to say that shit again? Get the fuck out! Take off my fucking headphones.
That's the cool connection.
All right. All right. On that note, Pat signing out. Y'all have a good one. Have a great evening. See y'all on the next show. Peace. Another episode is in the books. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. As I always share, if you'd like to get into podcasting, you can check out Spreaker.com. And if you're looking to invest in a microphone or if you're looking to genuinely start with recording, I use the Blue Yeti microphone, but you may prefer to do the Samson Meteor. Just know that if it's your craft and it's something that you're meant to do it and do it well. That's my main thing to tell people about 2019. Do it and be reliable. Y'all take it easy.